that. I'll let you eat on that. Orange juice making the test go positive. While you out there, look at everybody when AstraZeneca first came out. How many of them, after they took the AstraZeneca vaccine, over 200 people popped up and they were showing positive for HIV after taking AstraZeneca test. So you look that up too while you at it. Anyway, let's get to the tasty topics. All right. Tasty topics, Doc. The topic is good sex or companionship worth keeping a struggling relationship? Is good sex or companionship worth keeping a struggling relationship? Now, I bring this to you because, we were talking about relationships and men. We were talking about men in ministry, and relationship stuff came up, everybody. Even when we was talking about ministry and calling and balance. And I always stress the importance to people that unhealthy relationships affect everything you do. You can't even do ministry right if these relationships are unhealthy, because focus is not on the things of God and you're not totally synced and locked in to do what you want to do. And so I just wanted to ask this question. I know it sounds ridiculous, but the reality of it is we need to just start saying, we need to start speaking ridiculousness out loud so everybody can hear their thoughts and hear themselves. Good sex and companionship worth keeping a struggling relationship? There are so many problems with that statement that I just made. But when you hear that, Dr. Canty, what are some things that go into your mind when you hear that statement? Because I know it's like nails on the chalkboard, but the reality of it is hearing it. We keep hearing it, and we keep being faced with it. So, what's your thoughts?
Okay. First of all, I like to say, and trying not to come just churchy, I want to come honest with this time, more or less. So, I think so many times people settle for the flesh, more or less, and so they give into just to say, and we used to hear this all the time, just I'll do anything to have a mate, or I'll have, a piece of some relationship. And so they settle to satisfying the flesh rather than thinking about the commitment and long terms, or really looking into doing it the way that they should and being evenly yoked. And so if they're being appeased in their flesh sexually, they discard everything else that's in the right means or the right way to have a relationship, even finding out the DTR, defining the relationship. So therefore, it's all about who you are, what you are, and whom you are, of what you settle for. If you are just somebody who just want to be appeased sexually, then that's what you go after. If you are someone who really wants to have and keep a worthy relationship, then you do it the righteous way, or you do it the way and think about, where is this relationship going? What am I investing in it? How am I committing? And what are the benefits? And then most of all, I always say, and that's why I say, I'm trying to stay away from the churchy thing, but I have to be honest. I keep God first now. That's my principle. So when you ask me, I'm looking toward first seeing and then praying, and then what is it that how do I hold myself in esteem as far as being a woman of God, being evenly yoked and mating? I'm looking further than my flesh. If I said that as best as I could.
No, it's good, because it's amazing how we even answer these type of questions, and it makes even people who are unsaved, because if saved people, we should talk about these things more, because if we attack these things and talk about it, the enemy will plant its seed. Here's what I would say for me. We have to redefine what is good. Mm-hmm. Redefine our joy and our happiness. And our joy and our happiness is all about busting a nut. Okay. We have limited joy and happiness. To kill, steal, and destroy, but Christ came that we might have life and have it more abundantly. You ain't living abundantly. You don't know what joy and happiness is if all joy and happiness is you getting on top of somebody. Okay. It can't be that. when I think about this, when we talk about when I said the phrase good sex and companionship, things like that, again, we've limited ourselves to sex. We limit ourselves to just physically having someone there. And I want to say to people, when you mature in understanding that you deserve more, both as a man and as a woman, you'll realize that that's not enough. Okay. Like, for example, for me as a man, one of the biggest pet peeves for me is I'm not going to be arguing with you every day. Okay. I will have peace. I will have order. I, I be praying, but you will be surprised how many men that I talk about the arguing and lack of peace that they have and their relationship. Oh, that got to go. And when the older you get, you'll realize that your sanity is so important that it ain't worth it. A piece of tail ain't worth your sanity. And I'm gonna say this for men, and I used to joke about it. Men, do you know why y'all probably dying sooner than women? Because you haven't found the peace and serenity in your mind and your heart that you need, because you've been entertaining fast living and tail for so long that if you really got to the point to where you know what is good for you, you will realize that having peace in your home and in your mind and your heart will add to your life. And so don't make this one particular thing that might give you pleasure for a moment, it can be everything to you in your life. Momentary pleasure or happiness or delight doesn't equate to the total peace, the gift that Christ is giving. He said, peace I leave you. And you are flinging peace out the window for you flinging the peace, which is P-E-A-C-E for P-I-E-C-E. You're flinging God's peace for a worldly peace, and you calling that peace with the I. It's amazing. The peace with the I is all about you. The peace with the E is about everlasting. I hope somebody's with me on that. You write down peace and peace. The peace with the E is for everlasting and goodness in Christ. The peace with the I is about you and about your agenda. Don't throw that away. Don't limit yourself to your selfishness. Open yourself for everlasting and eternity. And you're struggling because you're trying to fit a round circle into a square. You're trying to fit two things that aren't meant to go together, and that's why you're struggling in these relationships. So I say all that to say, Dr. Canty, there's another conference that's coming up virtually. It is chapter 6 of Sex, Lies, and Pain, and it's called The Company You Keep. The Company You Keep. It is coming to everybody July 17th. That's right. Virtually, it's coming to you July